Good morning, children. Today we'll be studying Unit 6, Part C, Reading, and the continuation of An Icon of Civil Rights. Yes, last class we started the lesson. So here he says that is Martin Luther King. You saw how it was an acceptance speech, and he continues. This is again the continuation of the speech. So he even here Martin Luther King Jr. He is against the military strength. So he says that the military strength and weakness which could do nothing for the progress. So he says that the military strength cannot do anything, only they'll fight for the progress, but cause only distractions. So they could make the days they could not make the days brighter. Means what? Nothing good is happening in the day. So he says the military strength is of no use. So he says that the people should be in non-violence, and they should fight for the 3 meals a day for the bodies, where people can get education for education and culture for the minds, and dignity, equality and freedom for their spirits. So he says that he believes in self-centered man have toned down what the selfish people have toned down, the other people they can build it. So he feels like that. And he says that he still believes that one day mankind will bow before the altars of God and be crowned victory over war and bloodshed and non-violence. He says that, but in the dust and blood created thus lies the truth of love. So he says, in the dust and the blood which was created by killing people lies the truth and the truth of love and brotherhood unnoticed. People are not noticing the truth and brotherhood while killing the people. So he believes that it could still survive and save the world. So he says that non-violence can still survive and it can save the world. He still has faith in a world where a lion and lamb shall lie down together. So he says that a lion means what? A leader. A lamb means what? A ordinary person. They can be together. Lie together means a common man can live happily with a rich person or a powerful political person. So he says that all the men should be equal, and he has faith that one day the world will live as brotherhood. And he says that this faith could give the courage to face the uncertainties of future. So he's having the faith, and that faith will give the courage that whatever uncertainties, the unhappenings will happen in the future, the people will have the courage to face it. Then it could make us know that we are living in a genuine civilization, struggling to be born without the discriminative borders. So he says that he will, when that will make us to know that they are living in a true civilization, that is the developed country, and the struggling to be born without, and they are struggling to be without the racial discrimination borders. So he wants a true genuine civilization where people can live without discrimination. So he wants to say that discrimination should not be there among the people, and if there should be a world where people can live together. He thanks all. So here he thanks the people, all those who were involved in the movement, that is along with Martin Luther King, who joined and supported it to fight for the cause of racial discrimination, and the Chief Luthuli of South Africa for his efforts to achieve a noble cause, because he also struggled for the people of Africa, and he still met with the most brutal expressions of man's inhumanity to man. So here if you see, the Negroes were treated with inhumanity. So he has seen that, and how they were brutalized, and how they were murdered to get the freedom. So he thanks the people of the world and the committee for the recognition that something through this movement. So the movement which he started for his people, he thanks the people that he was recognized and he was given the Nobel Prize for this cause, that is the civil rights movement bill. Yes, so he says that each and every person who was involved was is to be honored for this Nobel Prize. So he says that he alone is not the achiever. Along with him, the people who supported and Chief Luthuli of South Africa is also a part of the movement, and they are responsible for getting this Nobel Prize. So he says that uh, then years have rolled past, and when the blazing light of truth is focused on the marvelous age in which we live, men and women will know, and children will be taught that we have a finer land, a better people, a most noble civilization, because these humble children of God are willing to suffer for righteous sakes. So he just says that the people and the men and children will know what are the hardship uh, faced, and the children will be taught that they have a good land, a better people, and a civilized life, and they'll be willing to suffer for the righteous sake. So he also thinks, he says that I think Alfred Nobel, that on whose name the Nobel Prize is given, would know that I what I mean when I say I accept this award in the spirit of a curator for some precious heirlooms in which he holds in trust for his true owners. So he says that the Nobel Prize which was there was a gift from the ancestors, and it should be given to the true owners, all those whom beauty is truth and truth is beauty. So who think truth is beauty and beauty is truth, and in whose eyes the beauty of genuine brotherhood. So in the eyes of the person whose the true brotherhood and peace is more important or more precious than diamonds or silvers or gold. So he values brotherhood and peace more than diamonds or silver or gold. So who values? Martin Luther King Jr. values brotherhood and peace to a greater extent, and he thanks the people for recognizing him and awarding him the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, if you see about the author, Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. King, both a Baptist minister and civil rights activist. So he was in the church involvement, minister also, and as a civil right activist also. Had a seismic impact, had a great impact on race relations in the United States beginning in the mid 90s 50s. So he had impact on the race relation, means what? Racial discriminations in the United States. Among many efforts, King headed the SCLC, Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Through his activism, he played a pivotal important role in the ending of the legal segregations of Africa America citizens in the South and other areas of the nation. So, how legally the people were segregated, as well as the creation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Acts of 1965. So, he brought in the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Acts in the year 1964 and 1965 respectively. King received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 among several other honors. King was assassinated in April 1965. That means he was killed in April 1965 and continues to be remembered as one of the most lauded African American leaders in history, often referenced by his 1963 speech, that is I Have a Dream. So he is remembered as a leader and by a speech which was given in 1963, that is I Have a Dream. Thank you, children.